Hello, sweet peas.
You are listening to Breakfast with Tiffany with your host, Tiffanie Morgan.
That's me. That's me. Well, hello, my little sweet peas and my little love muffins from all around the big blue world. This is your hostess, Miss Tyffanie Morgan, calling to you live from Kingston, Ontario, Canada, the home of limestone and the home to me, Miss Tyffanie Morgan. If there was any doubt whatsoever. Hi, sweet peas. How are we today? It is Pride Month here in Kingston. Yay! Happy Pride! Woo! I'm just getting a little nervous. So let's just do a quick little test here. Are we live on the Facebook page? Well, I don't know if we're live on the Facebook page. Like when I click on the live thing, it's just not. I don't see it. Oh well. Here's hoping. But I know we're live on Tiffany TV, as I call it, Tiffany TV. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. I think we're on my personal profile as well. Yeah, this is just interesting technologies. Let me just say, interesting technologies. Yeah, where is that? Oh, do I have to click start? Do I have to click start? Is that what's going on here? Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Just talk amongst yourselves. Just talk amongst yourselves. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. All right. So this is how it works, isn't it? That everything just does not fall necessarily into place. That there's always something. There's always something. Oh. Well, I'll just assume that I'm live. I think a few people are watching me already. Oh yes, the chat thing. Sorry, this is this is just turning into a shit show now. Happy Pride Month. Is anyone out there? All right, so if you can't find me, then you're not listening to me. It's all good. All right, well, I just wanted to say happy Pride. I also want to say, yeah, happy Pride. And, Black Lives Matter. That's very important. We're going to be talking about that. We're first going to talk about my garden. We're going to give you some garden updates, first of all. First and foremost, we're going to give you some garden updates. And so maybe if we click on this, we'll see some... You're live. I'm live. Exactly. So let's just kind of warm up here and we'll talk about my garden. So I actually set up a little video here. And hopefully it'll play. Oh, there we go. So here's a video of my lush, overgrown garden. And guess what? The apple tree, the fruits have set. The fruits have set. Hopefully they won't fall off. You could see a little bit of damage there from the crazy hailstorm. We'll talk more about that later. But look at all that fruit. There's a little damage to that one. So hopefully it'll stay on there. Yeah, that hail was just insane that we got here in Kingston, Ontario. The home of limestone, home to me, Miss Tyffanie Morgan. So this apple tree, when I did the video, I couldn't find any set fruit on it. But later on, I did see some, like 2 or 3 set fruits. So hopefully it'll all work. And, look at the ferns. Look at those ferns. They are just above me, I swear. No, they are up to my chest, almost right up to my shoulders. And it's just so lush. Oh, look at that one little host. That poor hosta. That poor hosta with the holes from the hail. I feel so sad about that. But obviously, there's always something. There's always something. So see, that's blooms, buds coming along there. So one of those was the was my Oriental poppy, and the other one was the clematis, or clematis, clematis, however you want to pronounce it. But let's go to the photos though, and so this photo here, it's a plant. So let me just say that I was on a tour to purchase wine from Picton, and some of these photos are from a garden outside of one of the vineyards, and just beautiful kind of flowers there. So now we're looking at the damage to the mycolocaceae, or elephant ears, from the hail. Mm-mm. Painful, painful. Oh, that poor banana's all torn up too. I know, Fern City. I love the ferns. I love the ferns. And here's a black feather that I got on my front doorstep. So some of you may be following the conversations on my Facebook page, but apparently it is a good sign. It is a good sign of new beginnings and to take that next step forward, whatever that is. I have no idea. I have no idea what that is, but take that next step forward. So this little purple flower, it's definitely a pea member of the pea family, but I don't know what it is. It's definitely got the pea leaves there, sort of thing. But it's I don't know what it is. That was at one of the gardens, and I can't remember the vineyard. I can't remember the vineyard's name. Sorry about that, sweet peas. But yeah, Tiff's garden is doing fairly well. Obviously I strategically do not show you the things that need attention, such as everything that needs to be repotted, and I desperately need to fix my pots. So many of my large, like 16-inch wide sort of diameter pots all have been kind of split down the sides for various reasons. Couple of them, it's because I left them outside and in the winter, and the freezing and thawing just split them. Oops. I thought I kept them dry. I thought I kept them dry enough so that they wouldn't do that, but oh well. And actually, quite a few of them are split because of the plants themselves. A lot of these tropical plants, like the ginger, and a few other things too, their roots expand so much that they will expand beyond the pot there, right? They'll just keep expanding, 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 and then they'll just break the pot. So the gingers have done that, and I think most of us recognize that we're on budgets. Hi, Paul. Hi, Paul. Hi, Jero. Hi, Mama. Most of us are on budgets. We cannot afford to pay $60 for a brand new, 20-inch pot or something like that, right? Can't afford that. Not happening. So that's why I was also looking for epoxy glue. So we're going to fix them, put them back together, but that means there's no plants in the pots in order for me to fix them, blah, blah, blah. First world problems, I'm telling you. It is first world problems right there. But there's my little garden updates. Yeah. It's great. I'm loving it. That hailstorm, just killed me. Just killed me. So yeah. So the next topic here, and I kind of mentioned it too at the beginning, because Black Lives Matter, and the current topic is defunding the police. Defunding the police. Now, it is a really interesting mantra to say defund the police, and it's not to say get rid of the police. All right. So a lot of people, when they first hear that, they think, oh, that means getting rid of the police altogether, and it's not. It's not. It is about reducing the budgets to the police department in order to use that money differently into helping resolve the concerns of the community already. So a lot of people, the history of the police, and I'm not talking about the history of the U.S. police, but just in general, the history of the police started, what was it, like in the Georgian era or something like that? So wealthy merchants and wealthy citizens and stuff, there was no police. So even going further back, believe in a day that there were no police. No police whatsoever. So wealthy citizens, in order to protect their properties and protect their neighborhoods and stuff like that, they hired like basically kind of militia-y type people and stuff like that to protect. And eventually that evolved into government, municipalities and whatnot, going in and hiring their own police forces to patrol. And most of the time it was patrolling at night, because most of the crime, like back in the 1700s or whatever, happened at night. So they would patrol and check locks and stuff like that. So it was all about protection of wealthy people's property, and then it eventually evolved into protection of everyone's property, sort of thing. But in some cases, it started, kind of morphing, and that's where you get the systemic racism, right? So, for instance, poor people may not have really gotten the same kind of attention or a different type of attention, thinking that they were the ones perpetrating the crimes. Because, hey, the reason why wealthy people were being robbed were because of the huge disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The poor needed to survive. They needed to eat. Sometimes they go to a life of crime. So there's reasons why, there are these kinds of, why this is required. So the police were kind of maintaining the status of protecting the wealthy people's property and stuff like that, not necessarily focused on the poor. Today, anyway, that's talking about history. But today, though, when we always hear about, the police's role has been changing over the years. And that role is kind of going into not necessarily protection of property anymore, but it's like mental health. Quite often, like someone may be having a mental health issue and they need an intervention, and for some reason that falls to the police. And there's also times of drug addictions or something like that. There are moments like domestic or conflict, domestic violence or conflict. Just, two people are arguing or something, and you call the police. There's, fender benders or whatever, like accidents on the highway. But do we really need police officers to be addressing these sort of situations? Do we need that? Or or can someone else be doing that? Could we have fully trained individuals with conflict resolution skills, or what's the word I'm looking for here? Where you all sit down, and mediation skills. Thank you. Mediation skills could be better used. These kinds of trained people could be better used in those situations, and we just leave the police for those escalated situations, like a gunman or something like that, or someone waving around a knife situation, right? Why do we need police officers who two cars have collided? Why do we need a police officer with a license to have a gun to address that, right? It really isn't necessary, at least in my mind. And this is my own opinions, obviously. But it's definitely something to think about. There has been conversation about busting the unions. I am a union girl. I am a union maid. Oh, you can scare me. I'm sticking to the union. Yeah, I'm a union maid, so I'm not. I'm not going to say bust to unions, but there could be a change, a mind shift in how policing is done, sort of thing. So anyway, that's my bit for you today. Are you bored yet? I had 8 people listening, but now there's not so much. Where am I? Ooh. Oh, the computer's getting a little slow. All right, let's change scenes here, shall we? Because now is the time. Now is the time to talk about events. There we go. Upcoming events, VPs. Upcoming events. So, guess what? Brought to you by outin.ca. That is out in Kingston. And this lists all the kinds of events going on. So, if you're listening to me right now, this is Breakfast with Tiffany live broadcast. There's CFRC Radio Pandemic as well today at 1 o'clock. And then we start getting into some of the Pride events. So, for instance, on Friday at 6 p.m., there's the food share for queer and trans, Black, Indigenous people of color. So I hope you were able to join up for that. And that's virtually on Zoom. More information on kingstonpride.ca or on the Facebook page. This is a really exciting thing. This is something I'm working on to bring to the people of Kingston. It's the Parade of Pride Spaces. So you have sent in a lot of photos, I appreciate it, of Pride Spaces and some photos of Pride's past and stuff like that too. So we are going to be broadcasting that live. Yes, live on Facebook. We're going to be broadcasting that on Facebook. We're also on YouTube and Twitch as well. And hopefully, cross fingers, Instagram. But if that fails, just go to Facebook. So that'll be at 11 a.m. on Saturday the 13th. That's going to be so much fun. And also, right after that, so Tiffany's going to be very busy. Right after that, at noon, from noon to 4 o'clock, it's the big gay barbecue at the Public House, which is on 343 King Street East here in Kingston. And we'll be serving up some great themed street food with assortment of cold beverages. And this is all to take away. This is not a patio experience. So it's gonna be kind of like a chip truck almost for Pride. And I'll be there, Miss Tyffanie Morgan. I'm not too sure exactly what I'm going to be doing because I have not worked a day of hard labor in like 10 years. So it's gonna be 4 hours. I'm probably gonna die afterwards. so not from COVID, just from exhaustion. What else is going on here? So there's the Queer and Teen virtual prom. So youth, you can attend virtually a prom, and that's Saturday at 7 p.m. as well. Then there's Seductively Saucy Storytime on the 13th at 9 p.m. with Rowena Way, and that'll be broadcast live. I believe that's on Instagram. But let's just quickly take a look. It's not really quick. Oh, it's during a Zoom meeting. Sorry, so more details on Out In. Then on Sunday the 14th, there's Out to Adult. Radio Pandemic again on the 15th. Gender Talk, which is a radio show, on the 16th. And, it's lots of things coming up. Lots of things. What else is coming up here? Riverside Campground. Oh, I'm not too sure what that is. But that's a gay campground in the neighborhood here. Pride Virtual Bingo. That's an important one. So Rowena Way is holding a Pride Virtual Bingo, and that's Saturday the 20th at 8 p.m. So I believe you have to message her to get a bingo card. So, yeah, follow those details. But yeah, that's, lots of things going on here in Kingston. I hope you submitted your photos, because if you didn't submit your photos, guess what? They're not getting into the into the program. I hate to say. I'm sorry to say. Or not really that sorry to say, because there's a lot of photos. There were a lot of photos, which is good, which is great. You know, we love photos. All right, there we go. But we're listening. There's 11 a.m. too. What the fuck? Yeah. Jero. Jero. But yeah, what time is it? Oh, 12:21. What other things were on my list of topics? But the Pride events, like I'm really looking forward to the parade. I'm putting so much work into that. Um, I'm putting so much work into that. And people submitted so many great photos. We asked people to, do chalk colors and chalk outlines and stuff like that, and take photos of it. And there were some people who just did a crazy photo shoot in front of a pride flag on their front doors. Yeah, it was a great it was a great kind of. All right. I think it broke. I think I broke it. My poor computer just couldn't handle it anymore. Oh no. Oh no. I should have done what I normally do, which is turn all these things off beforehand. Just. It broke. uh we'll see if this continues. I'm not too sure. But anyway, just to finish things off. Oh, just to finish things off. So the feather, that black feather, that was really something. That was really something. It got me thinking. It got me thinking. So there's so many different kind of ideas that I have. Um, and one of those ideas is to hold a breakfast. Sorry, to have like a kind of drag cabaret called Shay Teas. Shay Teas, Shay Teas. Uh, has that started working again? So, Sweet Peas, if you could tell me if it's working. Is it. Oh, wrong one. Um, so, yeah, Shay Teas. But of course, it's so difficult. It's so difficult to start any kind of new business. But this is more of a fantasy than anything else. I haven't really done any kind of research into it. I I like the and I want to share that with you, because so many people are like, well, you don't really share your dreams with us, and that one of them being that I wanted to go to Bali. So that apparently came out of the blue for many a friend, many close friends too. So I just want to share that with you. So there's this idea of Shay teas, drag cabaret sort of thing. You know, I kind of like that idea. But that's just more of a fantasy. And also another fantasy is having more space. Having more space. I and I don't know why. Like when I say more space, I mean um in less of a town. I don't know if that's because I'm getting older. Like, well, I never really understood why people moved out to the country, and now I'm kind of like, yeah, I could live in the country. Like, with a little bit more buffer room where I'm not, listening to my neighbors, or being able to see them like in their backyards and stuff like that. Mind you, there are pleasant moments like that. Like there are neighbors that I'll just talk to over the fence, and it's really really nice that way. But sometimes you kind of want quiet and privacy and stuff like that. But Yeah. Anyway, that it's an idea. It's an idea. It's a fantasy. I don't know how practical it is because I don't drive. I don't drive on the on the roads of Ontario. So how are you supposed to pick up like groceries and stuff? That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. But I think this is broken for everyone. So hopefully hopefully you enjoyed most of the program. But we're going to be closing right now. Sweet Peas, you know, it's going to be a fabulous pride. It's going to be a fabulous pride here in Kingston. I hope you're able to watch the Parade of Spaces at 11 a.m. Here on the Kingston Pride Facebook page, also on Twitch and YouTube. So find some more details about that on kingstonpride.ca in the coming days. And know that I've worked really hard to get that put together for you. And then also come out to get some hot dogs and stuff like that at the public house afterwards on Saturday, June the 13th from noon to 4 o'clock. But Sweet Peas, I'm going to get going here. So I give you my love. You stay safe now.